Hey guys, and welcome to the TCC podcast, where we discuss everything coffee. Hey guys, Theo here.
And Stefan again.
And welcome to the next topic.
Roasting.
Today's topic will be roasting.
Awesome.
Now, we have to make very clear off the bat, none of us are roasters.
No.
We will be discussing roasting as we understand it and with our experience with it.
And the knowledge we have around it and research.
Which is not much.
all I know, it's complicated. That's all. a lot of science going out of it.
Yeah, I've got so much respect for roasters. I've personally roasted over 700 batches of samples to experiment and to try and understand it better. And the only thing that I've learned, so my main conclusion from all of that is mad respect for roasters.
Yes, definitely.
My goodness, they've got a good job, or a big job.
Yeah, definitely. And especially when it comes to specialty coffees.
Yes, even worse.
Getting it perfectly and getting the best flavors out of the.
Throwing a really expensive coffee into a hopper, into a roaster hopper.
Yes.
Chucking it into a bin at a certain amount of degrees, 160 to 200 degrees Celsius, and hoping you don't burn it to shiveries.
And get the best flavors out of it. So
respect, man.
Definitely.
Respect. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I just drink different roasts.
Yes, I'll drink any roasters' coffees.
I'll taste them.
I ain't roasting that. We've got a very dear friend. His name is Devet. He's from Red Truck Coffee Roasteries. You guys can check him out on Instagram. He's very active as a roaster. Mad respect for that guy. Yeah. In my personal opinion, probably one of the best commercial roasters I know. He experiments a lot with specialities.
Okay.
And sometimes he takes coffee out of that roaster, and I go, whoa, bro, you need to do that again. Other times, we both look at each other and we go, damn, how do we sell this? And so then we normally drink it ourselves. Now, at 2.5 kgs, looking at sometimes $1,000 a kilogram, that breaks your heart.
Yeah, definitely, because at the end of the day, if it gets to the point where it's undrinkable, or not undrinkable, but
it's drinkable, but it's nasty.
Yeah, it's not nice to drink.
Yeah, we would never sell it to a client, which means we love drinking it, and of course we experiment. We throw it through different processes, methods, and sometimes you find something really nice.
Yeah.
But most of the time. You use it for experimental coffees.
This is not fixing it.
Yes, sadly. Okay, the coffee we're drinking today, a coffee very dear to my heart.
Yeah, definitely.
More because of the roaster,
and
the coffee I've had.
Awesome people.
It is, again, in Ethiopia, Yiragacheffe grown.
Again, okay.
It is a red Bourbon variety.
Oh, nice.
Yes. It's mostly red Bourbon and then Heirloom.
Okay.
So it's red Bourbon with some other coffees that we're not 100% certain what it is. And it is a natural process.
Oh, nice.
I like
the natural.
Yes.
The body.
You're going to like the body.
The body.
It was roasted by... Oopsie. It was roasted by... Come on.
Just leave it, man.
Sorry, guys. For you guys watching on YouTube, you saw me struggle.
Yeah.
For the rest of you, sorry if that was noisy.
Yes.
We're still sitting at Kappa Cafe. We had some time, so we recorded two podcasts today. But it was roasted by BRUDER Roasteries.
Yeah. BRUDER.
Yeah. I think their handle is at BRUDER Coffee Roasteries. If you search them, they live in a very small town, small village, compared to the rest of the world in South Africa. The place is called Klerksdorp.
Yes, small place, but they are awesome people.
Yeah, awesome people, very small, making it big, like really killing it in a small town like that.
Definitely.
People there love the coffee, people there respect the coffee.
And when you speak about them, there's people that know them from everywhere around South Africa.
Gauteng, Cape Town, they're doing a good job.
Definitely.
Points on the coffee, I know it's speciality. I know that in South Africa, I'm not sure what it scored. I think it was between 80 and 85.
Okay.
A lot of other guys in the world that I know that sell exactly the same batch would probably buy it from let's call it a roastery or a importer that cleans it again through like gravitational tables.
Okay.
Some of these Ethiopia Adado processor, so the processors of the coffee was Adado.
Okay.
Some of their coffees score up to 89 points.
89.
Yes.
That's amazing. So it's a nice
everyday
coffee.
Expensive everyday coffee. Let's call it that and get to the topic.
Yes, definitely.
We're going to try and keep this to 20 to 25 minutes.
We always say it. But we're going to definitely
but
try
the reason
hard.
is we're not roasters.
Yeah.
So we're going to share the little experience we have, some research, some history maybe. And then we will make sure to get some roasters on this channel, on this podcast, for you guys ASAP. Our first interview is already set up. His name is Wayne Barrows. He is a African champ. He finished top 30, I think, world champs, barista comps.
Nice.
He now lives in in New Zealand. Ooh, he would kill me for saying that. He lives in New Zealand, in Auckland, and he works for a company called Cafe Logic. They build small hand or home hand roaster devices.
That's I saw some of those.
Yes.
And actually, the vet from Red Truck. He likes to play with it.
Yes, I think he's probably the main distributor here in the Pretoria region.
Nice.
Phenomenal guy, one of my mentors, Wayne Barrows. Love this guy to bits. Everything that I know about coffee, I have to honor towards that guy teaching me.
Yes.
Except obviously for the experiments, but I always call him up. I'm like, bro, I want to try something. And I want to try this, and he goes, okay, try this inside of what you think you want to try.
Yeah.
And so he always challenges me to think outside the box.
Okay, nice.
And mad respect for that guy, man.
Yeah.
And
I would like to meet him one day.
Definitely.
Because you spoke a lot about him. So,
yes, I love speaking about him because I've got so much respect for him.
Yes, definitely, and I would really like to know him, get to know him and meet him. So. On the roasting. So
yes.
I've done some research on this, and one thing I've never known about roasting, and for me, I haven't heard the word. So the roasters I know and speak to, I haven't used it. So for me, it's something I want to know a bit more about, and in the future, the roasters that we're going to interview can speak about it.
Right.
The Maillard?
Oh, Maillard.
Maillard.
Maillard. I don't know. Everybody pronounces differently.
I presume from what I'm reading is it's before the first crack.
Yeah. So basically, again, not coming from a roaster. And someone who has roasted quite a bit, I've never used the word Maillard reaction in coffee. Because I'm not a roaster, so I talk about caramelization.
So is that the same kind of?
I would say it's pretty much the same thing, but again, my opinion,
Your
personal
opinion.
experience.
Yes.
Hopefully, once we sit with some roasters, we'll have a few people that, well, I know for a fact Wayne would be able to explain this to us a lot more in depth. But hopefully, we can get 20 different distinct descriptions on what this word means, and we'll learn something.
Yeah, for each roaster, what it means and where they.
Yes. So in my mind,
how they understand it.
Yes,
so.
and how they use it.
Yes.
That's kind of for me the more important thing is how do you use this Maillard reaction?
Yes.
Now, in my mind, once you put a green bean with moisture inside a hot drum, you start drying it out.
Yeah.
As you dry it out, it goes into it turns from green to soft yellow.
Yeah.
Then turning from soft yellow into this almost of a caramel or a cinnamon or a yellowing. We call it yellowing in roasting.
Okay.
Colors.
All right.
From there, it goes over into light browning. So as the coffee starts, as the roaster starts melting the sugar and caramelizing the sugar to the bean itself.
Okay.
And then at one point, the steam on the inside of the bean pushes enough pressure to force the bean to open up and release most of its flavor.
And that's
called
when it's first crack. First crack. Okay.
Now, again, this is as I understand it, and what I've learned from other roasters, watching YouTube videos and listening to podcasts. Whether that's right
Okay.
or wrong, I don't know.
Okay.
We'll have to find out from a whole bunch of roasters and learn from them. But that would be, in my opinion, the process or the state where what they call Maillard reaction.
Okay, well, I just read it when I did some research, and I was like, didn't really went into it. I just saw it in everything that I
All of
about
yes.
roasting. They usually it comes up. So
Yeah, roasters
I was
use
just-
that word a lot.
Yes.
Us brewers, we like, good for you, I don't know what that means,
Yes,
but you sound smart using it.
And your coffee tastes great.
And the coffee tastes
So
fantastic,
keep
let's
on
go.
doing that.
As long as you know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and I can enjoy your coffee, I'm happy.
Definitely. And so then on roasting, for me, when I started drinking coffee, I didn't know there's different roasts, of course, because
Neither did I.
But
I thought you turned a green bean into a brown bean. That's as much as I knew.
That's what they did. It's just there's a way more behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot of distinct elements or
Yes.
distinct profiles
Definitely.
that happens during that period.
So, what we in South Africa, what we are used to is usually it's a dark roast, more medium dark.
Medium to medium dark, all the way up
kind
to
of.
dark roast. Yes.
That's like the overall experience that I've had in South Africa.
Sadly to say.
Yes, and this is gonna come up a lot until I met Theo. my view of coffee and the things I've experienced is that dark roast is for me is not great. I'm not a smoker because
Neither am I.
You can definitely taste the ashiness, and as soon as you put the dark roast next to a medium and a light roast,
I'm put off.
everybody can taste the difference
Oh,
between,
yeah, for
and
sure.
they're all like, oh, this is not nice.
Yes.
And then you show them what coffee it is, and then
And it's
they're
normally
like,
a local brand
yeah,
bought from a local grocery store,
Yes,
and they
and-
hate it.
and they always they're like, no, we
used to
always
buy
we
that.
always buy this, and this is like
This must be a bad batch.
and then I'm like, yes, but if you've like you always explain, you've never tasted it next to a medium or a
That's
light
it.
roast. That's all you know.
Yes.
And for me, that's
I mean, we
sad.
always just drink one cup. You never make more than one cup next to each other.
Yeah, no.
That's weird.
And for but you are weird, so
Yeah, I'm weird.
in a good
Thank
in
you.
a good way.
Oh no, I love it. Like good, bad, I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
weird and I know it.
That's good. But so for me, it's sad because there's so much more than just a dark roast coffee.
Yes.
And the thing is, South Africans in general drink coffee with milk and sugars.
Right. Which then it's acceptable coffee.
Yes, acceptable. And the thing is, you still get that ashiness. As soon as you taste something different, you get that ashiness. Doesn't matter how
Yes.
sweet, how many milk, how many sugars.
Well,
you're gonna taste it.
I'm going to
So-
quote Wayne Barrows on this. If you like dark roast, there's nothing wrong with you. Because there's no right nor wrong, but
Yes.
just different.
Different, definitely.
But to that distinct element of different, if you drink dark roast coffee, you love ashy, smoky, roasty coffee.
Yes.
You add milk to that, you'll have creamy, roasty, smoky, ashy coffee. You add sugar to it, you've got sweet, creamy, ashy, roasty,
Yes.
smoky
Yeah.
coffee.
And I've experienced it. And the thing is, that's true. That's true. And
Yes.
and I don't want to discourage everybody to not drink dark roast.
No, never.
For me, I was a bit biased since I've learned more about coffee, but I will never push it down your throat to not drink dark roast. If you like it, go for it, man. But just taste some of the other roasts out there and just
Yes.
experiment a bit and really see what there is about coffee than just dark roast. Because dark roast for me, there's not really distinct flavors in the coffee.
Well, you see, for me,
For me.
there's a specific, distinct,
Yeah.
and very vivid flavor. It's
Yes.
smoky, ashy,
Okay.
and roasty.
Okay, yeah.
But I know what you mean. I know
Yes.
it. Well, for me, I always explain it like this: if I take sugar and I throw it into a pan, and I melt the sugar, then I start caramelizing the sugar into a light caramel, then into almost a Canadian maple syrup, going over into like a golden syrup. And then normally after that the sugar burns. Once the sugar burns,
Yes.
I don't use that sugar anymore. Why? It's burnt. It's disgusting.
It's bitter.
Yes.
And
Now, I don't go into any grocery store asking for a burnt peanut brittle.
Oh,
So if we don't want to pay or ask for burnt peanut brittle,
yes.
why under heaven or upon earth would we want to sell burnt coffee?
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. You can take a medium or a medium to dark coffee,
Yes.
and you can extract bitterness from it. You don't need to burn the coffee, because then you can't do nothing else with it.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, for me, dark roast. Yeah, I'm hammering on dark roast, but as soon as you get somebody that you give them, they used to, even the guys that drinks dark roast espressos.
Yes.
If you give them, they always add some sugar.
You have to.
Because they
It's
say, no,
bitter.
it's bitter, man, and or they say it's strong. And then I'm like, no, it's bitter.
Yeah, it's not strong.
Because in South
The
Africa,
ratio is weak.
dark roast is strong coffee.
Well, that's how we see it.
That's how South Africans.
Sadly.
Yeah, and then you give them a ratio that's strong.
Right.
Or,
On a light
intense.
roast, and they go, oh no, it's too strong
Yeah,
for
and
me.
then it's intense, but and that's where you get your foot into. Just give them a bit of education around
That's
the
it.
different roasts, and as soon as you give somebody a roast, let's say a medium roast with an espresso that's balanced, that's not bitter, that's not, they just fall in love with it. Then they're like, I've never tasted an espresso like this, or they never drank an
Right.
espresso, and you give them an espresso that's balanced. Then
And then they go,
like,
but now I love espressos.
yeah, and
Yes.
that's me.
Right, that's how you fell into
That's
it.
how it happened. And at the end of the day, for me, it's the thing is, get the knowledge around it.
That's
Don't
it,
just
the
accept.
education.
Don't just accept what's out there, but experiment.
Which already answers the first question, why is this information important? Again, going out, drinking a coffee and going, I hate coffee because it's bitter.
Yeah.
I don't like milk, I don't like sugar, so that
It's
then
better.
obviously means
Yeah.
I don't need to like coffee.
Yeah.
And that's such a big misperception.
And it's
you
usually-
should love coffee.
Yeah, and it's usually the guys that drinks the instant coffee or
Right.
something from a
Grocery store.
or a petrol station. They quickly stop on the road.
Oh,
and
one of those bean to cup machines with dark roast inside.
one of those things. But in any case,
It's not
so
coffee, man. It's
and-
toilet water.
Yeah, definitely.
Ashy toilet water. I should
Um,
stop this.
Yeah, let's stop. I don't want to go further into this.
So we personally prefer light
As-
to medium roast.
as you understand from what we spoke about.
Yes. Again, not roasters speaking about this, but I can tell you what I like. I like light to medium roasts. Anything above a medium roast gives me heartburn. That burnt sugar creates a very, very high acidic pH scale liquid that goes into my stomach, and it gives me a knot on my stomach. I lose my appetite, I get heartburn, I get cramps.
But-
I don't like it.
And the other thing is, maybe there's more people out there that also experience it
Struggles
from
with the
coffee.
same thing,
And then
yes.
there's like, no, I don't drink coffee because I get heartburn or I get stomach cramps or whatever.
And they
Then-
think it's coffee, and meantime it's just a roast.
Yeah, and I mean, coffee is there's so many studies out there that proves that coffee is actually good for you.
Right.
It's a good stimulant. It helps to open your veins to get your blood flowing
Blood
quicker.
pumping, activates metabolism,
Yes, and
neurons.
there's so many things behind coffee that's so great. And then
You know
just,
what? You know what I respect most. Sorry, I
Yes,
just
no,
caught
no,
you
go for it.
in your thoughts. So don't lose your
No,
train
no,
of
I
thought.
won't.
What I love about coffee the most is the health aspects of coffee.
Yeah.
It lowers heart diseases.
Yes.
It lowers Parkinson's. It lowers type 2 diabetes.
It's amazing.
It fights liver cancer, and it soothes or cures so many liver diseases.
That's amazing because you flush everything out.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
unless you struggle with high blood pressure,
Yeah.
speak to your local physician, ask them how much coffee you can consume.
Yes.
And stick to Arabica coffees because it's got half of the amount of caffeine
yes.
than the Robustas or the instant coffees. But know the healthy benefits of it. Do your own research and actually see how good coffee is for you.
And it's only in black. Don't go and add
Yeah,
your
don't add
sugars.
milk and sugar, that's disgusting.
Sugar and milk is the issue when people say coffee is bad. It's
Unless
actually
you drink dark roast.
Yeah.
We have to say that
Yeah.
again.
So, but anyway, so for me, the thing is about what I wanted to say about it is that people miss the opportunity to experience a great
cup
beverage,
of coffee. Yes.
like if you call it in general a beverage, a cup of coffee that's actually amazing, and they can fall in love with coffee.
Yes.
Because they can taste different roasts, different flavors in the coffees,
right.
and not just get what everybody serves out there, just burnt coffee that's not extracted right. That's not delicious.
So that's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah. So
I only knew dark roast. I hated it.
Yeah.
Then I tasted in Ethiopia Yiragacheffe Grade 1, and it blew my mind because it tasted like green grapes and green apples. It had strawberry acidity.
Yeah.
It had apricot umami, and it had this gorgeous lychee bitterness.
Oh, amazing.
And I fell in love with coffee.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I mean, for me, it's a thing that experiment. Just taste something different than a dark roast.
Yes.
Just black as it is, and get somebody that can extract it perfectly for you, or extract it good for you.
Yes. And if you extract it and you taste it's still too bitter black, you want to add something, go for a lighter roast.
Yes,
it
definitely.
might still be too dark.
Okay.
Go lighter and lighter.
Definitely. And so back to the topic of roasting.
Yes.
we divert because we don't know a
We're
lot
only
about
talking about dark roast.
So and the nice thing about the roast, you get a flavor wheel that's out there.
Yes.
That shows you what kind of flavors you actually can get in coffee.
Right.
And that's where the roast profiles comes into play.
Correct.
And for me, it's a thing I like. I like chocolate in general, flavors,
Chocolate and nuts.
nutty flavors.
But you love your fruits.
No, it like I said, or like I always say, it depends on my mood and how much coffee I want to consume that day.
Yes.
And if I want to drink a mug or just an espresso, it all depends.
That's it. I mean, let's be honest. Light roasts with a lot of fruity flavors is very, very rich, and it fills you up too quickly.
Definitely.
I agree.
And for me, if you tell people that there's different notes in coffee, they're gonna look at you. Some people think you're speaking Greek.
Yeah.
Then I'm
the
like,
only flavor I know is my milk and my sugar.
Yeah.
We're not hammering, we promise.
So the thing is, for me, is just go and experience the different types of roast out there. Go to a coffee shop, ask them if they have different kinds of roasts. If they have, ask them to pour you some good coffees that's not a dark roast. And I only speak in general in South Africa because I'm hammering on the dark roast, because
it's all we know.
Oh, that's all the people know, especially the bit older generation.
And that's fine. They've got an older palate.
Yes.
They prefer bitter things. And it's a fact. As you get older in life, you start appreciating bitter elements more, because when you were younger, everything bitter was poison.
Yes.
By the age that you're getting older, you start eating broccoli and stuff that's got bitter elements more, or drinking gin for that matter.
Yeah.
And so you start appreciating that sort of life slightly more.
Yeah. And go and experience the different roast, because there's so much from a light to a dark roast. There's so much in between,
so much that happens,
and there's so much different flavors and things that you can enjoy.
That's it.
By just knowing what type of roast you like. And the thing is, speak to your roaster, let them explain to you. Go to a local roaster close by, speak to them, ask them what their profiles are, ask them what they roast, and then we come to the different names of roasting.
Oh no, don't even go in there, because I can't remember. I go light roast, and then from there I talk about this amount of minutes after first crack, all the way up to the next point, medium roast. Then I go certain amount of caramelization times, after first crack, and then I stop at medium to medium dark roast. I don't go anything darker than that, because anything darker than that for me gives me a heartburn.
Yeah.
So
and that's your personal
preference.
Yeah,
yes.
personal preference. There's nothing wrong with, like I said, for us there's something wrong with dark roast, but if you like
Personally, yes.
if you like a dark roast and
if you're a smoker, go for it.
Smoker,
you will love it.
Yeah, because that's the taste you always get when you smoke. You'll get so,
everything else is going to taste weak.
Yeah, basically like that. So so there's so many names like city roast, like you mentioned before.
City French roast, Italian roast, city roast,
and then
half roast.
I saw cinnamon roast.
Cinnamon roast.
I don't know. There's so many roasts.
Half jacks.
Names.
Light
out there.
roasts.
But let's stick to the main ones and the light, medium, and dark. So
that's it.
Go to your roaster, speak to them, go and find.
Let's be more specific.
Yes.
First crack.
Okay.
Medium roast, and double crack. That would be your dark roast.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, go and speak to your roaster, and it's interesting when you start tasting different roasts, then you can really distinguish on what you like.
That's it.
Then a lot of people realize that they don't like dark roast. That's all they knew, but they just enjoy something like a medium roast because they love the nutty and the chocolate flavors that you get out of it.
That's it.
Yeah. So.
Which is the answer to the second question.
Yes.
How could this make your coffee life better? By going out, speaking to your local barista, educating yourself, maybe even, if you spend a lot of time at specific coffee shops, experiment with the baristas.
Yeah.
Tell him, okay barista, which coffees have you tasted mostly? And he goes, the house blend. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to buy a different coffee every single day. You are going to brew it for me, and we're going to drink this together.
Yeah, and experience different coffees, different roasts, different,
yes.
And that's what it makes it fun.
Let's grow in our journey towards discovering
and get knowledge behind the coffee that you like, that's out there. And at the end of the day, how can you apply this knowledge when you have the knowledge around different roasts? How can you apply it to your coffee life?
I'm going to use you as an example.
Me?
Yeah, you wake up in the morning and you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
You feel like, today, I want coffee. You choose a medium, or let's say a light medium,
yes.
all the way up to maybe a medium to dark, well, medium to medium dark, and you go, you're going to drink 10 or 15 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
You know what roast to go for
Yes.
for you to appreciate that amount of cups.
Yes.
The next morning you wake up and you're like, you know what? I only want 1 cup of coffee today because I'm going to be, doing a lot of things that I don't need a lot of coffee. I'm going to start with a ristretto.
Yeah.
Let's go for
Definitely.
a full-on acidic, fruity ristretto.
Definitely.
That is so sweet that it feels and tastes like honey.
Definitely.
I think that for me is the best answer, as you, Stefan, as an example.
Yeah, definitely.
Of exactly how you can apply this to your life.
Yeah, because not every day I want a ristretto that kicks you like a, and I love them. Don't get me wrong. But there's days.
I had 5 today.
Oh, nice.
I really enjoyed 5
and,
today.
And especially on like the weather, when the weather's it's a bit cloudy and stuff. Then I like to drink.
That
I like
pancake weather.
Yeah. This is gonna sound. Well, my father always said it's baby making weather.
Okay, never heard that one before, but fair enough. Is that why you don't have any babies yet? No, I'm kidding. I know you guys are still building towards the family.
I always say practice makes perfect, so we're still practicing.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
Okay, so it's for me. It's when it's weather like that, I like to drink a lot of coffee and mugs, not. I don't want to I want to drink.
I can't get the mug in.
Yeah, but you're not
a coffee. But we're different coffee drinkers.
Definitely, and everybody is different. But then I drink mugs, and then I go on a medium roast, where I like the chocolate nutty, overall flavors.
That's it.
Whether an Americano, I sip on it as I go, as I do stuff on the computer, and that's what I like. But then there's days where I have to run quickly on the road the whole day. Then I pop in some 2 ristrettos in the morning,
and you're good to go for the day. You're killing that day.
Yes. So and to each one their own. It's coffee is different. Coffee is big. Coffee is wide, and go and find your favorite coffee that you like.
Yes.
Go and try the different roasts. Go speak to them. Go
get the
experiment.
species, get the varieties, get the roasters, get the different coffee shops, every single thing, taste them and go, I like it, I don't like it. Now, as I always say when doing coffee training, barista training, I always say there's no right and no wrong. There is just
different.
There
you go.
Just because I like something doesn't mean you have to.
And it just it applies it towards anything in life, basically.
That's it.
So there's a life lesson also.
Who are we to tell you what your mouth or you in general should like or dislike?
Yeah, that's true.
It's your choice.
The more knowledge you get, the more you can
distinguish what you like or dislike. Yes.
And maybe discover something new that you never knew was there.
Yes.
And then realize that, okay, well, I liked that, but I've discovered this, and this is way better.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's it from me, from my side.
And I agree with that, and I back that 1,000%.
We didn't speak a lot about roasting, but we
don't know much about it.
We touched some of the stuff. So
yeah, so that's why we will make sure to bring roasters on the show for you guys, so that you guys can ask them specific questions, and we'll get them on 10 times, 15 times. I don't care.
Definitely.
I know that they are willing and very happy to share their knowledge and their experiences. Because at the end of the day, and I like saying that now because it's a thing, at the end of the day, it will make coffee for me and you and for the listeners better, which adds value and relationship to this thing we call coffee.
Yeah. Better the ecosystem.
We will better the ecosystem.
Through relationships and value.
Love it, man. Well, that's
awesome.
The end of this episode, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining us and listening to all of the nonsense we chat. We hope you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah. Any questions? Let us know. And we will get the people and the knowledge or the research out there for you that we can get and that we have in our experiments. And let us help you guys get more knowledge and us.
And us. Let's learn. Let's journey towards discovering a valued cup of coffee.
Amen.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this. Go out
and enjoy.
Taste as much coffee as possible and
find your happy place
in every single cup. I get Stefan with this one every single time.
And I always forget it.
Always.
Somehow. But anyway.
We love you guys. We'll chat next time.
Yes. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.